So it's the end of my day. Today is August 24th, 2022. Thank you very much for being a part of this project of an ever-evolving. I don't know what this is going to turn out to be, but life has been very good for me, and God has been very good to me. So I want to just touch on something for me that's very personal, and I'm not saying that this is the way anybody else should think, but it's just where I am. When I go to bed at night, I have the most wonderful quiet time, and I pray. And in the middle of my prayers, I fall asleep. And I have great dreams. I would tell you about some of them, but one that came to mind, I think it was a couple of years ago. And I remember I woke up and there was this placid lake. It was gold, and it was in the shape of a record. It was beautiful. And the water did not move, and yet you could see that it was water, and it was gold, and it was slick, but it moved just enough so that you could see the viscosity in the water was fairly thick. So when I woke up, my right cheek was on the water, or this gold part, and I was just looking out on this. It was this, I don't know how big it was, just this huge lake in the shape of a record, and the water was gold. And I was so at peace. And I remember after that, it was just, whatever happened after that was really good. I can't remember how many years ago that was. I had a really good experience that day. And that's the way it's been since my being in Boston, and it keeps getting better and better. But on the serious note, on the spiritual side, one of the things that I did want to say was, so many verses have come to mind. Like, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember where the addresses are, and I don't remember the specific language, but I do remember the sentiment. But there's one verse that says something like, if we are faithful, we will reap a harvest of righteousness, something like that. And choice words are like apples of gold on settings of silver. It's something like that, and maybe it's not choice words. There were so many verses that came to mind, and then there were some quotes from other people that really have been coming to me lately. There was a woman in Mary Kay. When I was in Mary Kay, my mother was in Mary Kay for many, many years. Her name was Rena Tarbett. She actually was a cancer survivor. She had it pretty aggressively, I believe, in the 80s, and she's still around. She's, I believe, in her 80s now, maybe mid to 8 ladies. Very funny. She was as funny as any comedian that you saw on TV. But one of the things, she said so many things that were they were hilarious. Now, whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't really matter. They just struck me so, in such a funny way. And they've helped me get through at different times, regardless of what those things are. So to give you some of her sayings, you'll understand. One of the things that she said was, people say that money doesn't buy happiness. That's not true. You just need to know where to shop. This was not original. I think this was Mary Kay saying the speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. And I can remember Rena Tarbett she's very Texan. The speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. And, my manager at Banana Republic is wonderful. He does, I don't know if John Maxwell coined this term, management by wandering around, MBWA. He walks around and makes sure that he is doing everything on the floor that we're doing when he's not, he's having to schedule and do some other things and meetings. Those are very important. But whenever he can be out with us, he is out with us, along with the product manager and the other 2 assistant managers who are phenomenal. And one day I'll tell you a little bit more about them, and if they let me, I'll go ahead and interview them and let them tell you their stories. And what can I say about the MGM and music? You know, music, I think, is such a beautiful gift that was given to humanity. It seems to bind everybody together. And of course, different kinds of music bond different kinds of people. But I am actually stretching myself to trying to learn new genres that are out there, talking to all kinds of people that I haven't talked to before, getting their take on why they like certain things, or, you know, why do they like this music? And what people tell me is wonderful. This music came in at a certain time in their life and helped them through a difficult time, or it makes them happy, or it brings out their best, or they just want to dance, or, you know, they and their friends love to sing the words. It's a bonding experience, a social experience with their friends, which is very important, because we know that people who have friends, or a lot of friends, actually live healthier lives. They live longer. There was a longitudinal study done. I don't know if they may have closed that out, because I think within the last 10 years, I think they began following a group of different cohorts of people in their 20s, and within the last decade or two, they had turned 80 and they were still going strong. It showed that group like they were going down a water slide together. It was hilarious. But anyway, it's amazing the experiences that can bond humanity. And I'll tell you, I think social media can do that when we do it well, is it helps us bond to everybody at the other end. I know that I wouldn't be able to be in touch with people from my upbringing in Brazil, or, you know, my years in Texas, Oklahoma, or even the first time I was in Boston, were it not for social media. Then I'm very, very glad I got on this time, because I do a lot on Messenger with people, and as I can, and I'm able to get together with people, which some it might not be for a month or two, just because we're so busy, but that's okay. We'll end up getting together, Lord willing, and catch up and have a good time, encourage each other. Some people I know are going through some difficulties. Other people are going through a lighter load right now in their life. And so whatever it is, we'll be there, and we'll be able to support each other as best that we can. And by the way, I really like my hair like this. I don't think I'm going to move my head, because I get distracted, as you can tell. I need a hairdresser. Okay, I'm going to let you go, but I just wanted to leave you with a few thoughts. Oh, actually, I'm going to work on my elocution, on lowering my voice, on making sure that I'm speaking in a more natural tone. When the volume is sort of high around me, I find that I speak in a higher tone, but that's actually not good for my voice, as my mother-in-law taught me, having been a teacher of piano and voice, that to lower your voice and try to find that sweet spot in your voice is very important. I actually watched a whole lot of videos years ago and worked a lot on my voice. And I will be working with a voice coach not too long in the future, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that and how that's going. Thank you very much, and I don't know if I'll upload this on Coffee and Good Stuff, but I'm having fun putting this out on Facebook. I hope that you are enjoying all the videos, that they're uplifting, encouraging, and thank you very much for your love and support all these years, and for thinking of my family. They're wonderful people. I couldn't ask for better people to be connected to. So I love you all, everybody, Mom and Dad, John and Monica, all my aunts and uncles, cousins, in-laws, all of my loved ones that are friends, that are like family, of course, employees, co-worker. I don't have employees, but the employees I work with, co-workers, bosses, everybody. I really, really, I can't tell you how grateful I am for all that you've done. I know that many of you invested in me years ago, and I hope that you're enjoying the results now, because what you're seeing is a product of your handiwork, of your belief in me, and I think that there's more good to come. Thank you for watching, and We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.